Start. Reserve Bank of India for the first time in 11 months due to easing food prices. The downside and downslide in exports and weak consumption demand weight on industrial output with the overall index value seen at 129.6, the same level as seen in October during the COVID period of 2020-2021. The index was recorded at 135 in 2021-2022. Manufacturing output, which accounts for 77.6% of the weight of the IIP, contracted 5.6% in October as against 3.3% growth in the previous year. The maximum decline in output was seen for clothing, electrical equipment, textiles, pharmaceuticals, leather, and related products, with most of these sectors having a large export share and production concentrated in small and medium enterprises statement and segment. Industrial output is weakening visibility and visibly even as services sector growth is holding up quite well and keeping economic growth resilient. The IIP data indicates that the global manufacturing slowdowns is also being felt in India as negative spillovers from a slowing global economy take their toll through both the trade and financial channels. Rahul Bhajoria, MD and head of EM Asia Economics, said the bump up in demand seen last year seems to be normalizing, even as this decline in manufacturing output is reflective of the impact on MSMEs and exports slowdown. Former Chief Statistician Parnab, it is reflective of the impact on MSMEs. So far, the recovery was seen due to higher spending by the better off segment, which is not a growing market. So now the demand is coming down to normal levels. Manufacturing had seen a bump up and is not correcting as was visible in the Q2 GDP data, while services sector was subdued and is now growing strongly, Sen said. A contraction was recorded for capital goods output, a proxy for investment sentiment after a gap of 9 months at 2.3%, indicating weak investment. Consumer durables and consumer non-durables output, an indicator of fast-moving consumer goods, also continued to be in negative territory at 15.3% and 13.4% respectively, reflecting weak consumption demand, especially in rural areas. Capital goods has been disappointing as it indicates that investment is lagging. Negative growth comes over negative growth last year too. Clearly, private sector investment has not picked up so far. Consumer goods continue to disappoint this time too, as both durable and non-durable goods have witnessed growth. This is a letdown as one would have expected them to be buoyant during the festival month of October. Quite clearly, high nominal consumption has been due to higher inflation. Further, prospectus look not so prospective and positive as we move to the end of the festival months. Though the festival season reported strong sales of many consumer durable items, this is not reflected in the IIP numbers. Is it due to the high base of last year? The answer is no. Both consumer durables and non durables had done badly even last year in the month of October. Moreover, if the post festive season of last year is an indication, then in the coming months, consumer durables and non durables growth are again expected to disappoint. Sunil Sinha, Principal Economist, India Ratings and Research, said another view of the dismal performance of the industrial sector can be gauged from the fact that except infrastructure and primary goods, the output level of other used based segments is still below the pre-COVID level. The output levels of all the used based segments in the past months suppressed and surpassed the pre-COVID levels, though in different months, but could not hold it at that level or accelerate it. It appears that weak domestic demand in combination with waning export demand is impacting the industrial output growth, Sinha said. The retail inflation front witnessed a decline for the second consecutive month to 5.88% in November from 6.77% in October 2022. It was 4.91% in November last year. In a tweet, the Finance Ministry said the steps taken by the government have helped in bringing down the inflation below the RBI's tolerance level. To soften the prices of cereals, pulses, and edible oils, appropriate trade related measures have been undertaken. The impact of these measures is expected to be felt more significantly in the coming months, the ministry said. Food inflation, which accounts for nearly 47% of the CPI basket, eased to 4.67% in November from 7.01% in October, while fuel inflation increased to 10.62% in November from 9.93%.